in the most controversial time of life and cancel culture and everything else, give a ballsy display of what comedians do. And
Oh, he has fought. He has fought for your guys' whole culture.
listen, he was a guy that stood up for the culture of comedy, and in a way that, like, I've never seen, and stayed true to himself. So his freedom within the craft is something that I applaud and that I'm envious of. I don't have that. I can't do that. I wear these hats, these business hats, the CEO, the brand, the partnerships. I'm all over. So I can't go and speak as free because there's people that would suffer because of my actions. You know, if people decided to pull the plug, well, I got people that work for me that are going to suffer from that. So I got to make sure that I'm responsible and that I'm thinking about my team as well as thinking about myself.
Does that
And
ever make you think you'd want to have a time in your career when you could go back to being just straight up talent and not have to worry about the people you employ and
at
all that?
one point, I think the day that I decide to give my last special, the day that I say, like, this is my last one, it's going to be a fuck it special. The raw version of myself that we all know I'm very capable of doing and having at any point in time, I'll put back on display when it's all said and done, and I'm ready to throw up some deuces. Right now, it's not. I'm
It's
a
prime
different
time.
person. Yeah, I'm in a different person. I'm at a different point in my life. So I go Chappelle one for that,
Okay.
right? I go Pryor after that. Reason why Pryor was unbelievably ahead of his time. Pryor, you know, when you look at what comics, myself included, are doing now, as far as having the balls to dig into their life and talk about things that most would be insecure about, their flaws, you know what I mean, their fuck ups. Pryor was the one to do it first.
Yeah.
Pryor was, I'm on drugs, I'm on cocaine. My wife, the reason why that shit happened, here's how it went down. My grandmom did this. She was a madam. My mother, I
His
think, was
childhood,
a
yeah, the
whore.
fucking crazy
It's
childhood, the
shocking,
prostitute, yeah.
shocking. But he said, I'm gonna get myself at a place of comfort by letting this out, right? So what I'm talking about, I personally got to witness Chappelle do. Pryor was doing way when, and I wasn't there. I just became a fan from seeing and
Yeah.
watching the tape Invisible. I'm I'm in the time where I got to see Chappelle. All right, everything's adding up as you see.
Yeah.
Number three, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. Reason why I go number three for Eddie.
The
Eddie
short,
Murphy.
the small body of work.
Uh, Not necessarily. Here's the thing. It's when you think about comedy specials and you look at Delirious and you look at Raw, it's only two specials, but those two specials, those two specials put Eddie in a stratosphere that nobody else could reach. The his career and level of funny was you associate him with the stars and a level of stardom that he reached. And rock star, this is where the whole comedic rock star thing comes from me. That I say Eddie made comedy equivalent to rock and roll. Leather, no shirt, some tight ass leather pants, gloves, say what the fuck I want, selling out tickets, whatever. This is just like rock and roll, except I'm telling fucking jokes. I made comedy cool.
Oh,
Don't look past that.
no, it's
Eddie
huge.
Murphy made comedy fucking cool.
He was the coolest star.
The coolest. Listen, we can go. There's so many people that had pizzazz and style that have done comedy, but Eddie Murphy made the spotlight attached to comedy fucking cool. Okay.
100%. Couldn't agree with you more. And by the way, you could argue that Delirious and Raw are basically the equivalent of Biggie's Ready to Die and Life After Death. It's
I would never
perfect.
argue that.
You dropped two perfect specials.
I would never argue that. I
All
would
right,
never
so that's
argue that.
three. Three is
Yes,
Eddie. Okay.
that's three. Okay. After that, minus personal life, mistakes, choices, etc. Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cosby one of the best storytellers to ever do it, and made the world of a black father figure a goal.
And did it before, by the way, did that before. People are thinking that's you're talking about Cliff Huxtable. He did that in stand-up as well. That it started from the very beginning. That character is him.
It's all based off of him. So for that, he had a major imprint in comedy. He had a thing. He had a thing that was only his fucking thing. And you can't rock that. You can't go inside and out. Okay? That's number 4. Number 5 for me, George Carlin.
Mm.
George Carlin.
Carlin is someone. Some people would have Carlin 1 too. People would have Carlin anywhere on the list.
You can, and there's you can't go back and forth because people can have an argument.
Mm-hmm.
People can have a valid argument with that, right? You can have a valid argument with that. Carlin did 10 specials, man. Carlin did 10 fucking comedy specials. So to our fans that love comedy, if you don't understand all it goes into to really figuring this shit out, really developing, really reinventing, really changing, really creating, to do 10 1-hour specials of stand-up comedy, that's unheard of. It's unheard of. So you gotta applaud that. And like I said, that's my 10. Now there's honorable mentions that some would sway and put in. Like I said, I'm a